Hello and welcome to the Mortal Kombat Minute, the podcast where we analyze, criticize, and memorialize the 1995 film Mortal Kombat, one deceiving minute at a time. I'm Phil Casper from philcasper.net.
I'm Spanish from GameFixShow.com.
And we are on minute number 25.
Ooh,
this minute, we're a quarter of the way through already. I can't believe it.
We're rolling, man. I love it. I'm loving it.
This minute starts with close-up shots of different warrior statues.
Yeah,
and
I counted 5 close-up shots. Well, and 1 double close shot of one.
Right, yeah. And the minute ends with a couple of shadow priests taking a huge plate of food upstairs.
Yes.
But okay, so the Hall of Statues.
Well, what we first see, obviously, is you'll see our heroes kind of real quick right at the beginning of this minute. You see the heroes still walking through the corridor of these statues, not really knowing what they are, kind of looking around their surroundings, you know, what's around, and then as the minute kind of goes along, we get kind of close-ups of some of those statues. The first statue we see is actually, and I had to figure out where it was. It's actually to the right of Sonya. So if you're watching the minute, you actually see that statue, that first close up to her right.
Yeah, and it has a helmet on with and it has curled horns on both sides of the helmet. It looks like to be like some otherworldly being, humanoid, because it has like kind of almost like a bone like structure on the front of its face, like some sort of almost a bone horseshoe of some sort.
What I got out of what I'm seeing is like is more like an ape, or like some kind of, because on his armor you actually see they would look like monkey skulls.
Yeah, and I assume those would be like clasps that are holding like the shoulder pieces on, like for his armor to his chest plate.
Yeah, right,
something like that.
And holding an axe, a giant axe.
And it's interesting that you think that they look kind of ape-ish, because I can see how that is, because those skulls do have like fangs on them. But for me, whenever I saw those, I'm like, those look familiar, and it looks like that the black energy type from Magic the Gathering, the trading card game.
I'm gonna go with what you think it is, because I don't even know what that is. But
I mean, like, it looks like just a black kind of skull, like almost exactly like.
Would it be fair that Magic got it from here as opposed to the other way around?
I don't know. Actually, I think Magic the Gathering has been going on longer than
longer. I'm not even sure.
I don't know. Maybe we'll check it out anyway. but that's the first statue, and then we go to another shot of a shot of 2 statues in one shot.
Yes.
One in the background and then one in the foreground. The one in the background is better lit, so that's where the attention originally goes to. And
and actually what I found, I think that second one is to the left of Sonya.
I think those are both like on the opposite side.
Yeah, but the third one, as far as you notice that it's like in front of it is kind of looks, it's a topless woman is really what I'm seeing. But I don't see where that is, as far as, you know, I don't know how they did that. Obviously, it looks like they probably just moved it and for the shot. I don't know. That's what I'm going.
Maybe, yeah. It could have been just outside of the shot originally, or I don't know. Yeah. Maybe like just some B-roll that they wanted to shoot somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
We don't see the head of that sculpture though.
Right, but it is missing its arm, so maybe it doesn't even have a head.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. And then we see a fourth one. And that is like that is like a Roman kind of, I don't know, has like the,
that was what I was thinking, like the horse, like, what is it, almost like the horse mane, like kind of top to its to its helmet, very like it looks like a stereotypical apparently historically inaccurate Roman depiction. I did a little bit of research, and actually no Roman centurions or whatever had that type of helmet type, or at least it's incorrect. They wore it like the other way, where it like fanned out, and it was more to be used like in parades and things like that, ceremonies. But yeah, it looks like definitely a humanoid, or at least a human gladiator or Roman warrior of some sort, which actually now, like thinking back and looking at this minute, like these are statues of past warriors, and
that's what I got. That's exactly what I got out of it.
And,
I think we're both on the same page with that.
Oh yeah. And I mean, like like earlier we talked about that this particular series of Mortal Kombat has been going on for 500 years, so they could get 10 straight victories. But Mortal Kombat has presumably been going on longer than that. So this could definitely well date back to Roman times. So this could very well be a Roman soldier that was notable at the time of Mortal Kombat way back when. That's my personal interpretation and take on.
You know what? I would have to agree with you. I'm not even going to argue with this one. I would say yes. I would agree with you on that one. Yeah.
And then the final statue that we see in this series of shots is kind of like almost a Grim Reaper type-esque statue. Like it's a hooded, it's a shrouded figure with a skull for a face, like literally a skull. He has like a claymore type sword on his back and he's holding straps like a backpack or something.
Yeah, that's what I get too.
And then
we get a quick close up of that one.
Yeah,
I like that.
of just the face, which I'm wondering, like, okay, so is this a specter or something? Because I know a certain other notable character that is a specter, but I'm going a little bit too far ahead.
Go ahead. No, hit it.
That well, the one is Scorpion, who, if you like, I mean, if you're not familiar with Mortal Kombat lore, is really just a vengeful spirit coming back to avenge his family's death at the hands of Sub-Zero.
Yeah. You mean like his actual being? Oh, okay.
His actual being. So I'm wondering if maybe this is a NetherRealm warrior, a notable NetherRealm warrior, a specter from there.
Be. Well, I mean, there are all the realms and they are all involved. So yeah, I guess that could be it. Yeah, that could be.
So yeah, because I mean, like Shang Tsung's island is a bridge between Outworld and whatever realm they are battling against.
Correct. Right.
And there could be alliances, I guess, and things like that. But who knows?
And then we finally see Liu Kang and another statue, which is actually notable eventually in this minute. But we won't get to that quite yet. But it's like there. It's like right in front of him. It's the whole entire statue we see.
It's actually pretty big.
It's huge. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's almost like a lizard biped type creature, and it looks like it's in some sort of like ferocious, like attack, menacing look. And as Liu comes in, like something kind of catches his eye off to the side.
He at first you see he kind of turns his head, but then you see him turn his shoulders, like turn his entire body to what he's looking at, and then we get a close up of a woman, and played by Talisa Soto is her name. Is her real name, the actor's name. She didn't have really a big acting career. I think a lot of the stuff was like Spanish speaking movies and stuff, but like it wasn't very Hollywood. This actually, because I know she was in Annihilation. She reprised the role as Kitana. But it's honestly this role is probably her biggest notable role.
Right.
Beautiful nonetheless, because I mean, if a woman like that was looking at me and she looked like that, I would probably look over too. Like what?
Like what? Is there something on my face? Is
my
shirt?
Exactly.
Are my pants still wet? What's going
on?
No
way
here?
She's interested. She just wants to tell me that I have a booger on my face or something like that. Yeah, I don't.
And I want to talk about this shot of this woman where she's sitting underneath this umbrella. It's actually the type of umbrella is an oil paper umbrella.
Okay.
It like just some random facts here, trivial facts.
No, I like it.
It in this type of umbrella originated in China, used as shelter from rain and sunlight, but also to keep evil spirits away.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of makes sense then in this case.
Yeah. Well, I mean, considering there's a shadow priest standing guard right over her to her right. Mm-hmm. Whenever I first saw this, I thought that was another statue, because it was standing so still.
Yeah,
I never noticed.
It does kind of move. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, but then again, I wasn't paying attention whenever I was initially watching this when I was younger to
Like, know that was,
yeah. And there
well,
was a beautiful woman also in the shot to distract me. So
that's true. That's true. Well, as the shot kind of pans away, you see the three heroes walk. Oh wait, forgot about the line, of course.
Getting too far ahead, Spanish. Hold on.
I'm jumping ahead. That's my bad. When she looks at him, Johnny Cage sees her too, and as you could see, he's still out of breath. Like he's still like, from climbing up all those steps. And then he says, "So when a woman looks at you like that, it usually means something." Which is obvious what it could mean, I guess, in this case.
And then they just start to walk off screen. There was another Shadow Priest in the background, just moments prior. I just like to point out Shadow Priests whenever I see them now because they just fascinate me.
Because they're actually important and they're going to come up even more as we go. So,
I do also find it weird that there are just these random spots of like flames of fire pits just igniting all around. I don't understand the meaning of that.
I know the meaning. Sinister.
Okay.
I feel like it's more of a sinister look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like just setting the stage, setting the environment.
Sure, why not?
So as our heroes walk or combatants walk off out of the shot, then Shang Tsung actually enters the shot, actually walking behind them, and he pauses around where the same spot that Liu Kang stopped, and he looks over at Princess Kitana, or at the woman. I was
at the woman, yeah.
I buried the lead there for a second,
no, you're fine.
or I revealed it, and she says, Shang Tsung says, "Princess Kitana, she's our most dangerous adversary. Watch her carefully, Reptile. Keep her away from these humans."
That pause, the humans. Well, it's really funny because like that first line where he says, she is our most dangerous adversary. It's like there's no one else in this shot, at least that we knew of at the time. And you're like, what is he talking about? And then he actually says something to someone and calls somebody by a name and says reptile. And then as we see that sculpture that we saw, that last sculpture that you pointed out kind of looked like a, lizard type, whatever it was, comes alive and starts hissing and tongue starts going and then runs away. Well, turns completely
invisible, translucent.
Thank you. And then runs away, which is good because that's actually a power in the Mortal Kombat game where he turns invisible. So I was like, okay, like, because most people might be like, why was it invisible? But that's an actual thing, a power that he has in the game. So there you go, a little fact.
Right. And something that I found interesting was before he turned invisible, he just turned a whole myriad of different colors. So he turned tie-dye skin, showing that he has like some sort of camouflage, like chameleon type ability.
Like chameleon.
And I was wondering, like during this whole exchange, or whenever I originally saw it, I'm like, okay, was it originally a statue was it always like Reptile pretending to be a statue, or was it originally a statue that Shang Tsung then enchanted and like imbibed with the soul of Reptile, this warrior?
That's an interesting thought. I don't know,
but I mean, reading more into the alleged script that I found, it more goes along the lines of that it was always Reptile just pretending to be a statue, because during an earlier scene when these guys are walking, when our combatants are walking past, they actually see Reptile the statue, say that it's really make a comment on how it looks like really ugly, like you don't want to mess with something that ugly, and then they walk off, and then Reptile like the eyes light up and he looks back at them, and then he goes back into his pose.
Gotcha.
And one I do have another little factoid about the exchange. Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to steal all this.
Mine happens after that. So go ahead.
Okay. So when they were shooting these scenes involving Reptile, the actors actually didn't know what the final form of Reptile would take and what animations would be happening. So if you look closely and you see Shang Tsung whenever he orders Reptile to watch over her, and he kind of looks really close to the ground, almost like expecting like that's where Reptile is running, but Reptile like just bolts off like hard left, like not following Shang Tsung's gaze at all. So there's, so that's kind of the reason for the disconnect there. But I just kind of whenever I watch this, I just think he's just dismissing, like doing like that. Shang Tsung's doing a dismissing look, you know, to dismiss Reptile. Yeah, like get out of here. And so Reptile's bolting. I'm like, okay,
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
It works. But what were you gonna say?
Okay, well, right after that exchange between Kitana and Shang Tsung goes down, at the very end of the minute, we see the two beings, the two shadow priests carrying the food in the tray, and they're walking up these stairs, and this door opens up. Okay. Wait, does it open up yet? Do we see it actually open up? Yeah, it very, very, very slightly as far as our minute goes. Like there's, you'll see it just crack open. Well, I wanted to point out, obviously, to both sides of the shot, you see these candles, these candelabras, if you will, and they are skulls on fire, which are just kind of badass looking. I don't really have a thing as far as that goes, but the door itself, did you notice anything about the door?
It's circular.
Other than the dragon in the middle.
I did not notice that initially until like the next minute, which we'll get into later. But I mean,
we showed it in this minute, so we got to definitely talk about it.
Oh yeah. So it's circular and it has like different emblems. I know, like surrounding it.
How many emblems?
As well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
Is that dealing? Okay. I was about to say
it's the 8 realms, and then the middle dragon is the island. That's where I'm at. That's that's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Nice find. Okay. I would not have made that connection. That
I would say that each I don't know, it almost looked like arrows. Each arrow kind of represents each realm, and then the dragon in the middle is the
area for Mortal Kombat to take place. Yeah. Nice. Wow. Dropping some knowledge.
I'm spent. That's all I have to
do. Let's see. Some random, not necessarily random, but one final little factoid about this specific minute, or at least this location that our fighters are going through. There was actually originally supposed to be, according to the script, a statue of Goro, Prince Goro, as well, that our fighters go up and inspect. Liu Kang recognizes it right away because that's who defeated Kung Lao, his descendant, so far ago. But that's kind of the last factoid that I have about this minute.
Yep. Good.
All right. Well, maybe we can go a little bit more into detail about that door next minute.
I'd love to.
But that does it for us for this minute. Thanks so much for listening. Once again, I'm Phil Casper.
I'm Spanish.
And we'll see you next time on the Mortal Kombat Minute.